Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a layout that I'm working on with the Little Dreamer Girl collection from Echo Park Paper. This collection is so cute and so... I love all the little girly elements of hearts and rainbows and flowers. And the first thing that I wanted to do when I opened this collection was to do some hand stitching. And I hope you can see that on camera. But I've stitched around each rainbow, I stitched one of the rays in a coordinating color. And on some of them, I got maybe just a couple of them, I got a little carried away and did two, but I love how it turned out. I think it is so cute. So I've obviously kind of got a mess on the back here with all the washi tape holding my embroidery floss in place. But I'm just going to put my adhesive right over top. I'm definitely putting more than I typically would and being a little more careful. And then let's see, before I put that in place, I'm actually going to adhere it to this navy strip that I punched with just a scallop border punch. There we go. And then I'll just adhere this to my background. I've got this fun pink corally background paper with some tone-on-tone hearts. I wanted to keep the background pretty neutral because I've got a lot, kind of a busy side over here before I even really start adding things. So we'll make sure that everything is stuck down really good. And then I'm going to bring in my photo and journaling and title next. So I have just one 4x6 photo. Sometimes I get the question of why I only use one photo. And the reason that I use only one photo is because I feel like I can tell the story with just that one photo. If I can't tell the story with just the one photo, then I'll do a page with a couple, a few more photos, or I will do a double page spread. For this particular story, we were at the movies. This isn't a great quality photo, and I only took a couple of photos, and this was the best one. You can see it's a little bit grainy. It's not great quality, but one of the things that I am trying really hard, that I'm working on as far as my scrapbooking and storytelling goes, is to use those photos that are not the best quality. There have been times where I've shied away from a photo because of the quality and not told that story. And I'm trying really hard to not do that anymore, to tell the story even if it's not a great quality photo. So what I'm doing here is I have my journaling printed, and this is quite a longer story. So I'm going to hide it behind the photo. And I just used my file tab punch from We Are Memory Keepers and punched a couple of file tabs, and then I'll just put that right behind the photo. So I've already got my adhesive on the back. I just put some of the red sticky tape. I wanted an adhesive that would be super strong and hold the photo in place to create a pocket for the journaling. So I'll just remove the backing here, and then I'm going to use my T-square ruler, And I'm gonna have to be super careful because if you've ever worked with the red sticky tape before, you know that once it is stuck down, it's stuck. You're not gonna be able to move it. Okay, so I think right there, just along that white pattern paper. Make sure that's nice and stuck, and then just slide the journaling right behind there. One thing about putting the journaling behind the photo like this, and when I put it in a page protector, what I'll do is I'll just take my craft knife and make a slit just in the page protector right along there, and then I'll pull this tab out so it's on the top of the page protector so that the reader knows that there's journaling behind there. So just real quick, I think I want these top corners rounded a little bit, which is going to be interesting with this file tab. And we'll put that right there. Okay, and the next thing I want to work on, because I want to make sure that I have enough space and that this goes right where I want it to. And since this is a long title, I've got to make sure I've got room for it. So I've got just these little white letter thickers. These are from an older Paige Evans collection with Pink Paisley and American Crafts. And I honestly don't remember which collection it was, but they're in the same set. It's got the little tiny white ones, and then there's little navy ones too. And I bought probably 5 packages of those because I love them so much and I reach for them all the time. So I am going to get my title in place, and then I will be back in just a minute to finish things up. Okay, with my photo and title and journaling in place, now I want to have some fun with embellishments. So I pulled a few things from the Little Dreamer Girl collection, one being this chipboard rainbow. I have to use it because I've got all the rainbows over here, and then I made this perfect spot for it with so it just nestles right in with my title. So I'm going to use pop dots to adhere this rainbow. I believe that Echo Park has discontinued putting adhesive on their chipboard. The last couple of collections that products that I bought from them do not have adhesive backing, which I think is totally fine. As you know, chipboard can be difficult to adhere and to get it to stay with the adhesive that comes on the backing. So I think it's a good thing to not have the adhesive there, because you just have to add it anyway. So the other thing that I pulled from the chipboard is these cute little banner pieces. And what I did is I just took some white crochet twine and I put a little bit of a liquid adhesive along the top of there, and then just let it dry. And I'm thinking that I want it to go actually exactly like that. So I'm going to take some pop dots, and hopefully without moving it too much, stick it in place. And I already bumped it, didn't I? And I'm using pop dots, first of all, because I want it to coordinate with the rainbow, but also I love that little bit of lift to have it. I think it looks more like a banner if there's a little bit of dimension between the background and the banner pieces, if that makes sense. I'm doing a terrible job of keeping that in place. Actually, I've got to shift this one just a little bit. This probably was not the easiest way to adhere this, but we'll just go with it. We're already well into the process. I don't want to start over now. Okay, whew, that took a minute. That's definitely not the easiest way to do that, but it's okay. We got it. We got it done. So now I just want to kind of loop this white string around and adhere it kind of like that with a little loop there at the end. So what I'm going to do is just put the string how I want it, and then I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of glue and adhere it in place. And I'm actually just going to tuck that end underneath and put a little bit more liquid glue, and I'm just going to glue that all the way down. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here, and we'll just loop it around kind of like I want it. Use just the tiniest bit of glue. Whoops, and that's a little bit. Make sure if you try this technique, to make sure you're using glue that dries clear, because like right there you can see a little bit. And then I'm going to take a little piece of washi. I'm going to trim this down. It doesn't need to be quite that long. And then just tape that on the back. Okay, and then I have a couple things. And I don't know, I love this little chipboard piece. I'm not positive that I'm going to get to use it. This might be something that I save for another project, but I do want to put some of these hearts. I just used a basic heart punch and punched out some hearts in kind of this peachy pattern paper. And I think maybe actually I'm going to take that foam adhesive off, because I don't want to put foam adhesive there because it will interfere with the journaling being pulled out. So we'll just use some regular ATG adhesive. I just want to put a couple little hearts right up there. I'm going to finish things off with a couple of these little self-adhesive brads. So they've got adhesive on the back. You don't have to get your paper piercer out anymore, and I love that I love the adhesive brads. I'm going to put a couple here on the chipboard banner. I'll actually use, should we do 3 of them? There we go. All right, and with that, I am going to call this one finished. So thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you spending part of your day with me. If you are new here, I would love to have you as a new subscriber. If you'll just hit that subscribe button, and then you also want to tap the bell so that you will be notified of any new videos that I upload. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.